Alright, hello everyone and welcome to Game 3 in the series, Infi versus JN taken from Zotac Cup. This is Game 3 in a best of 5, and so far JN has the 2-0 lead here on Ancient Isle. JN spawning as the blue human player on the bottom right hand side of the map. This time, Infi trying to find a little bit more luck, choosing to go for the yellow Night Elf as opposed to the orange, and also opting to go for an Altar of Elders first. So far in the previous matchups, he tried to go for Beastmaster first, and it really was not that successful. And now finally trying to change up that strategy a bit more. Perhaps he will be going for Demon Hunter or perhaps a Warden. Night Elf heroes are generally very strong, very durable heroes, especially with mana burn and just the versatility of those heroes, especially as they do get higher in level. We'll see what the strategy will be between these two players and what JN will try to do. Apparently the people are already talking about the Zotac Cup. This is the Zotac Cup finals. And once again, thank you to Zotac. Perhaps one day they'll actually watch one of my casts and say, hey, we should sponsor this guy. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about the game now. JN now training up a Mountain King against a Warden. So this is a Mountain King versus a Warden, and this is one of those really strange matchups that you don't get to see very often. The Warden will be able to Shadow Strike units and hunt them down. The Mountain King most likely will be trying to focus fire onto the Warden and make sure that the harassment is not really all that possible. The Warden did get a little bit of a nerf. I believe the Shadow Strike used to only cost 65 mana instead of 75. That was perhaps one of the strangest things that I ever saw in WarCraft 3, as all the other abilities, all of those missile projections, everything costs 75 except for the Wardens. Warden will be making her way down across the map, as we now see a Footman making its way out as well. The Mountain King looking to perhaps get off a couple Stormbolts. If the Mountain King is able to get into a very high level, then that should play very, very well into the Mountain King strategy. Perhaps we will even see the fabled Mana Battery strategy with a Blood Mage second. So far, the Warden now creeping out, picking up a Circuit of Nobility, going after the Ogre Warriors. There's an Ensnare back onto the Wisp. The Forest Troll Trapper does have Bloodlust, but that will not last very long, as the Ancient of War now eating up some more trees, generating some more hit points, and the Warden just shy of level 2. Mountain King also should be just shy of level 2. He picks up a Claws of Attack +6, and we'll see what this Wisp does going to do. Oh, he is going to go for another Ancient of War and perhaps try to creep out this location here, deny the fast expansion. The Warden now making her way after the Footman. If the Footman does take a Shadow Strike, then the damage would start to add up very, very quickly. It does not do a full stun, but it does slow down the unit, and also there is that damage over time factor. The Warden now perhaps trying to get some units in transit. The Arcane Tower gonna finish just in time. That's not gonna be any good. As you can see now, the Militia has taken only one hit of that Shadow Strike. That's not gonna be enough to finish him off. He will be dangerously low on hit points, but jumps inside the gold mine in order to regenerate some hit points. That is a lot of peasants on the gold, though. Not quite sure what that is about there, but we'll see what will happen, as yes, JN using the gold mine to essentially reduce the duration and reduce the damage on that Shadow Strike damage over time. Warden now still running around. You can see she is not at level 2, will not be able to blink. Ancient of War off over here, slowly regenerating hit points, going into double Huntresses, and this strategy may catch JN off guard. If he doesn't have a Blacksmith, then he's not going to really be able to counter this, as the Mountain King does have Dust of Appearance and Boots of Speed. The Warden now coming by, Huntress now coming in. There is a Purge onto the Mountain King, some easy damage there, a Shadow Strike coming in as well, and how much damage will be had? The Mountain King is at level 2, some more damage still being had. The damage over time still showing up 10s all across, as the Warden able to steal some experience, taking down a low hit point unit, and now the Mountain King forced to run around. What is going to happen here? There is a stun on the Warden. The Warden, will it perhaps be able to get enough damage, or is it going to Shadow Meld? If it Shadow Melds, there is Dust of Appearance. There's the Dust of Appearance coming in. A blink does occur, and the Warden able to escape, forcing the use of the Dust of Appearance. And now what's going to happen as the Mountain King taking some easy damage, and who got the experience? No, the Mountain King, I believe, got it. Yes, the Mountain King did get the experience. And now the Mountain King with 2 boots of speed, not altogether that useful, but I believe the Huntresses here with all of that Glaive Worm bounce damage is going to simply wreck this. In comes the Dust of Appearance. The Warden needs to blink away. No, Scroll of Town Portal used just in time. The Mountain King may have to use it as well, as the Mountain King does have a Shadow Strike. It's now down to 60 hit points. Is it going to be enough? The 58 hit points, it looks like the Shadow Strike has worn off, but the Huntresses are coming after that Mountain King. The Mountain King down to 67 hit points. Huntresses not too far behind. Where is it going to go? It is now down to 60 hit points. The Huntresses do outrun. The Footman is not doing pathing. And oh, what is this? This Mountain King down to 72. Looks like it will be able to escape as the Warden sitting at level 2 as well. That Mountain King does not want to give any extra experience. Gonna sell a scroll or boots of speed, pick up a staff of teleportation, teleport back home. But where is it going? As we now see that the Arcane Vault now going to be destroyed. Peasants getting destroyed, and this is looking very, very bad for JN. JN may actually drop his first game, but there's still plenty of game to be played, as we now have Ancient of Protectors being brought in. Mountain King picking up a Troll Shadow Priest in order to stay on in this fight. The Mountain King now being forced to run away once more. That is a lot of low hit point footmen that a lot of Glaive Worms will kill. Or the Glaive Worm, no, not Glaive Worm, Glaive Blades. Too much StarCraft 2. Mountain King now dangerously low. There's a Stormbolt on the Warden. The Warden does have enough for a blink, but will it be able to get in time? There is a Shadow Strike, and now so much damage to be had. Level 3 on the Warden. Warden now able to escape. The Mountain King down to 27 hit points. Is it going to actually take enough damage back home? We got to watch it. The Mountain King down to 22 hit points. Down to 19, and it survives. JN lucking out there, needs to get an Arcane Vault, will not be able to push out for a little bit of time. We are going into a Tree of Life now, as the Huntresses have done their job. Ancient Protectors now going to be sitting off over here. Perhaps they will eat some trees, regenerate some hit points. No, it looks like it's going to go and get some repairing, even though that does cost some resources. Warden now pushing over here. We have a level 3 Warden, Circlet of Nobility, and that Warden is very, very difficult to handle. The Ancient of War are going to be tanking a lot of that damage now as the Huntresses finally join the rest of the party. Null Overseer just bashing away against that Ancient of War. Tree of Life not too far. Huntresses going to focus down the Null Wardens and the Null Assassins as they have medium armor. And that Warden going to get ever so close to level 6. Level 6, the only reason why I talk about level 6 on the Warden is because how strong that Avatar of Vengeance is. That is one of those abilities, one of those ultimates that really changes the pace of the game alongside Charm. We'll see what's going to happen here as the Mountain King is now exposed. This is looking really, really bad. A Goblin Zeppelin needs to be purchased. Shadow Strike on the Mountain King. Mountain King sitting at level 3. An Ankh of Reincarnation. What is going to happen here? The Mountain King gets taken out. There is that Ankh, and now hiring up a Goblin Zeppelin. JN needs to pick up the Goblin Zeppelin. There are no archers here. Mountain King now back in it. Is he going to take another Shadow Strike? No. The Mountain King able to jump away just in time as Infi now just shy of level 4, or a little bit shy of level 4, and should have the opportunity to do even more creeping. Things are looking up and up for Infi now. Huntress is still wandering around. The Warden picking up a Scroll of Healing. That is going to be very helpful as there are multiple low hit point Huntresses. The Huntresses now being led by a level 4 Warden picking up a Wand of Illusion and a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. There is a Staff of Teleportation. Where is it going? Is it going back home? Yes. And it is going to pick up a Clarity Potion. And what else? Oh, a Moonstone to try to replenish all of these Moonwells. And now using a couple illusions in order to do a bit of scouting. Still, 2 Ancient of Protectors denying an expansion. The Zeppelin, is it going to drop a Peasant? That would be actually one of the cutest things ever, to build a Town Hall that close using a Goblin Zeppelin. As we now see the Goblin Zeppelin making its way off to the north. There is another Goblin Laboratory there. The Wisp making sure that there is no expansion here. And wow, JN using this opportunity to try to creep out here, taking down the Forest Troll Warlord now. 1 low hit point Footman, no defend. Troll Warlord is going to get taken out, and this is going to be huge as we now have healing wards on the Mountain King. The Mountain King now picking up another Goblin Shredder. Perhaps one Goblin Shredder is back at home. No, it may have been lost. Not quite sure. No, this Goblin Shredder off over here. So there are two Goblin Shredders. There is a healing ward down. The healing ward is healing that Goblin Shredder now, as the Troll Berserker will be destroyed. Mountain King getting close to level 4. Gonna pick up a Tome of Intelligence +2, a nice item for that Mountain King. More Storm Bolts to come in as the Goblin Shredder perhaps going to jump inside. And here we go. The healing ward was quickly destroyed. 2 Huntresses gonna get taken out. The Mountain King now at level 4. And are we gonna perhaps get another Stormbolt here? Oh, re-engaging, moving back through this group of units here. The Mountain King could have gotten a Stormbolt. Not quite sure why he didn't, in order to get another free kill. Tree of Life, Ancient of Lore now being established. We see another base over here at the 9 o'clock position. As where is that Mountain King? The Warden now back here. A lot of low hit point Huntresses. The Warden does have a Scroll of Healing to try to keep these units alive still. Now, low hit point Goblin Zeppelin. Once again, a healing ward has been placed down. The Mountain King needs to be very careful. Oh, in comes the Warden. The Goblin Shredder. There's a long distance Stormbolt, but a potion of invulnerability in time. Shadow Strike taking out one of those Troll Berserkers there, as we are seeing engagement. This is not going to be good. The Warden needs to use a Scroll of Healing, uses it in time, but a lot of damage has been dealt. The Goblin Zeppelin picking up brilliant Goblin Micro so far. Shadow Strike onto the Mountain King. Warden, both sides really microing the most out of their units, as we see Huntresses now falling, and JN getting back into the swings, taking down a lot of Huntresses here. Long distance Stormbolt, yes, just enough. The Mountain King now at level 4, staying very close to that healing ward. And that healing ward, a brilliant item for JN. JN getting a bit lucky, as we see the Warden running off. Is the Warden going to try to do anything? Nope. They pretty much know that is an illusion. Off over here, what is happening? Oh, a couple units get destroyed by the Ancient Protectors. You can see that Troll Berserker may fall. Yes, it does fall. No item has been left behind. There is a Tome of Knowledge, though. Perhaps wanted another Tome of Experience, as the Warden is getting very close to level 5. In comes another Wand of Illusion, Staff of Teleportation, perhaps teleporting inside the base here, getting in some Moon Juice first, getting 2 additional Wardens, and here we go. Shadow Strike on a low hit point Footman. Ancient of Lore now down. Footman continuing to battle it out. The Warden does have a Scroll of Healing. Will she able to be blink away? That's what she needs to do. Yes, able to blink down over here, getting in some more Moonwell, Moon Juice love once more. We see Huntress is now engaging. The Mountain King actually battling it up against these Wardens here. Mountain King now Mountain King dropped back down again. The Warden still fighting it out, and that Mountain King now at level 5. The Warden still now at level 4, so the Mountain King catching back up, and JN dealing a lot of damage now. Things are looking very good for JN, as these Moonwells are going to get destroyed. Huntresses are going down. Another Blink. Where did the Blink go? Trying to go after perhaps some of those peasants. Trying to get some more Moon Juice again. The Warden is just shy of level 5. And at level 3, level 3 does get that all-important level 3 Shadow Strike. But I believe that was only a level 2 Shadow Strike there. What is the damage over time? No, I believe, was it a... Yeah, I don't know if the level 3 Shadow Strike was trained in time. In comes there. There's the 225 level 3 Shadow Strike. Damage over time. The Warden is battling it up. This is not looking good. Who will win out in this war? The Warden may get off another Shadow Strike if it blinks. Yes, there's a second Shadow Strike, but a potion of invulnerability used. A bolt coming in, and Infi loses. No, wait. Yes, loses the Warden at level 5. That is 3 Goblin Shredders for JN. Those Goblin Shredders, very powerful. But the problem now is that all of these are so low on hit points that they can't really continue to engage. Staff of Teleportation now going all the way back home, dropping the Circlet of Nobility, healing up at all of the Moonwells, and then going to pick up that Circlet of Nobility once more, most likely. There you go. Warden back up to halfway. But unlike in the previous games, Infi actually had the economic advantage. Infi going for a very fast expansion. Level 6 now on the Mountain King. Oh, wow. Avatar versus Avatar of Vengeance. Something that we rarely ever see. Magic immunity on the Mountain King. And this is looking very good for JN. JN so far now retreating. JN also picking up another Goblin Zeppelin. You can see the Goblin Shredders going to work on the forest. We'll be able to cut all of this down. JN going to sit on a large amount of wood for quite some time, or lumber, as all of the peasants are going to repair the Goblin Shredders. Mountain King now battling it out. There are some Dryads, some more slow poison coming in. Mountain King gets a Stormbolt off on the Warden. The Mountain King does not have enough for an avatar yet, so this is gonna start to turn into one of those crazy battles. The Mountain King needs the heal back up, doesn't have any room, and now in comes the Goblin Shredders, which are essentially knights at this point. Mountain King, there's a Stormbolt. Oh no, Stormbolt, no Shadow Strike. Mountain King now kind of stuck. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability used once more. Scroll of Healing or Regeneration used, and will the Warden be able to get back in there? Mountain King at 300 hit points now, perhaps going to jump back in. You can see all of the units are backing off. There is some scouting revealed here, as that Mountain King needs to be very, very careful, needs to be protected. The Warden, however, moving at the speed of light with Blink, may deal damage. Goblin Sappers now being hired, and Goblin Sappers, essentially Banelings, in StarCraft 2, will be able to deal a lot of damage. What is happening here? Gonna run in and try to take down this Tree of Life. Tree of Life already down to 600, 300, 600 damage dealt. The Tree of Life is gone. So Infi spent so much time getting that economic advantage only to lose it in a matter of seconds. And wow, I did not realize how much damage those Goblin Sappers did. It almost felt like 600 some odd damage. We can now see Goblin Shredders coming in. Huntresses engaging against the Goblin Shredders. There is the Avatar, and now Potion of Invulnerability, perhaps Scroll of Protection will be used in addition to the Scroll of Regeneration. The Avatar of the Mountain King gonna deal a lot of damage. Invulnerable. There's a blink to get away, as now we see the Dryads going after the Goblin Shredders, except they are mechanical. They don't take poison damage, and that is a huge difference. Immune to Shadow Strike as well. One Goblin Shredder is down. Level 5 on the Warden. All of these units are very low. This is not looking good. Both sides are battling now. Avatar still has plenty of time. Scroll of Protection perhaps could be used. There is a blink to get away. Two level 6 or level 6 hero compared to a level 5 hero who's almost level 6. Now very close to level 6, as we now see the Warden perhaps teleporting down over here. This is not good. The Avatar cannot engage against... Oh no, Moonwell now used. Stormbolt, is it going to get a Shadow Strike off in time? No, the Avatar is still in its form and was immune to magic. Warden sitting at level 5 here. What's going down? Another Goblin Sapper making its way into the base. And Infi now with no Tree of Life. Wow, Tree of Eternity has been reset as well, or Tree of Ages has been reset. So it is a level 5. This is just crazy, a crazy game here in the swing match. Right now, JN playing with everything on the line, and one Goblin Shredder now returning all the way back home. But what is this Warden going to do? The Warden could easily get in here and finish off this Mountain King. Oh, the Mountain King is in trouble. There is a Shadow Strike. The Mountain King now down to 428 hit points, and you can see that little fiend sitting on top of him, clawing slowly at him. And is it going to be enough? Down to 324 hit points. Now the Goblin Shredder needs to be repaired. Off over here, a new footman will get taken out. The Warden, is it going to get to level 6? No, just shy. And the Warden now has a very small window of opportunity to attack. That Mountain King staying away, waiting for that Goblin, or waiting for the Avatar to regenerate, or the cooldown to reset. Are we going to see an attack here? The Dryads looking for the Mountain King, unable to find it. And now perhaps it's going to deal damage to some of these units instead. No, the two Goblin Shredders still standing by. And both players just on pins and needles. Tree of Life now about to be completed. The Entangled Gold Mine now almost done. Two Dryads still holding off over here. There is that Mountain King. The Mountain King, gonna run into some Dryads. There's some slow poison. And now being re-picked up, but the Goblin Shredders are nowhere faster than those Dryads. Those dancing Dryads moving ever so elegantly and gracefully away from those Shredders. Now, what is happening off over here? We can see that there is a one wisp off over there. More slow poison. In comes a bash. The Dryad taking a lot of damage. Has to be very careful. But this is very important that Infi is actually baiting the Mountain King away. A lot of wisp down over here. Infi does not have enough gold to really do anything else. Both sides are perhaps low on resources as the Goblin Shredders are not inexpensive units. Warden sitting at level 5. Needs to get damage. If it can get one more kill, level 6 will come into play. Warden now down to 660 hit points. A blink may come in. Shadow Strike. Avatar comes in just in time. And now the Avatar is the problem once more. So Avatar of the Mountain King dealing so much damage here. Immune to Shadow Strike. And with no real way to take down that Mountain King, how do you destroy him? As that Mountain King has been bolting, storm bolting, and taking down units constantly. The Warden can simply just lie in wait and ready. Perhaps try to engage against that Mountain King a little bit later. As the Mountain King going after the Dryads once more. That Mountain King getting perhaps close to level 7. So level 3 bash could be coming underway. Now, what is going to happen here? Getting some easy damage. There's a Stormbolt back onto that Warden. The Warden very low on hit points. Blinks away. Needs to re-drink some of that Moon Juice again. And this is so crazy. Now, the Mountain King being picked back up. Is it going to drop down? There is no more Tree of Life down over here. There is a Tree of Life being rebuilt back in the main base, but the Mountain King once again re-engaging. And here we go. The Mountain King almost level 7, going to take down another Moonwell. Shadow Strike could be coming in. No Bolt first. Warden needs the Potion of Invulnerability. Is it going to use it? Shadow Strike, and now canceled by another Potion of Invulnerability. Both sides just doing a great job keeping their units alive, and the heroes of both of these armies proving exactly why they are named that. Heroes, the center, the focus, as JN trying to finish this off. The Dryads now, Wisps making their way over, perhaps going to head all the way back home. There's at least 2,000 gold left in this gold mine. Not very much Moon Juice. The Warden with only a whole bunch of mana, but doesn't have level 6, and that is the huge advantage there, as the Mountain King now gets the level 6, level 3 bash. 1 in 3 chance, but the Mountain King is invisible. Oh, this is looking very interesting. Is the Mountain King revealed? The Mountain King looking for the Warden going, I'm not breaking Shadow Meld. Apparently they're just standing side by side, looking at each other. And there's the reveal. Dust. Oh, is it going to be enough? Is it going to be enough? Potion of Lesser Invulnerability used in time. The Mountain King now picked up. Goblin Shredders now going down. This is not looking good at all, as the Mountain King is out. Where is that Warden? The Warden is now back down over here. And wow. Mountain King taking a whole bunch of damage. Now has to be very, very careful. Down to 225 hit points. Now running away. Warden looking to come back in to try to finish things off. Is it going to be enough? As units are still being picked up and dropped off still. The Mountain King down to 241 hit points. The Warden is ready. And oh, what happened? Ah. Warden blinked away apparently, as we now see the Mountain King running around. Wow, this is absolutely crazy. Both players are still on one base, and the Ancient Protectors know that really JN is only running on one base still. No one has any more gold, and this is huge. The Wardens now picking up a Potion of Invisibility, a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, as the Goblin Zeppelin returning back home. Is there enough gold? Yes, there is enough gold and peasants to repair. And those Goblin Shredders have been a huge, crucial part of this army and this game. Now, we are harvesting gold once more for Infi. And oh, what happened? Level 6 on the Warden. All right, that was huge. A peasant getting caught outside. And now the Warden is at level 6. Avatar could make a big difference, but the problem is that there isn't actually any corpses on the ground. With no corpses, you cannot make those Spirits of Vengeance, and without being able to make Spirit of Vengeances, what's the point? No real point either in trying to train up any more heroes. Adding additional heroes would just be free experience for the other side. Even though both players have level 6 heroes, with that level 3 Shadow Strike and level 3 Stormbolt, the damage is just simply so much that any level 1 hero would almost instantaneously die. The Warden now perhaps going to try to clear out creep camps, get a little bit more gold, and use that. No, that is not going to be the case. The Avatar is going to get an army of Spirit of Vengeances now. And I believe that is exactly what needs to happen. These Spirits of Vengeance, they do have a timer on them, but what can be done? 2 spirits now out, another spirit could be added. Yes, there is another spirit there. And where is the engagement going on? The Mountain King sitting at level 7. Dust of Appearance and Boots of Speed. No real healing going on. The Moonwells really making a big difference, as the Moonwells are constantly allowing more healing. The Spirit of Vengeance is now chasing after, and this is going to actually make it difficult for the Goblin Zeppelin to stay in the air, since those spirits can attack the air. These are invulnerable units and can't take any damage whatsoever and can just chase after all of these shredders. Here we go. Here's an engagement. The Avatar of Vengeance now engaging here. Goblin Shredders, Mountain King, perhaps unable to get off a Stormbolt, as it is immune to magic as well. The Dryads and the Spirit of Avatar of Vengeance just turning around, getting in some easy shots, killing sheep just to get more spirits. Yes, there is another spirit now coming in. There's the bash on the Avatar, though. There is an engagement. There is the Potion of Invulnerability. Both sides going at it. The Avatar may get destroyed. It is down to 141 hit points. The Avatar now chasing the Avatar of Vengeance. And the Avatar of Vengeance desperately trying to run away. It heals some at the Moonwell, and now here we go. The Mountain King leading, being led by this army here. There are some sheep that could be killed in order to make more spirits. This is going to be the crucial part of this game, and all you can really do right now is wait for that Avatar to cool down to complete itself, as the Ancient of Wars are now uprooted. Ancient of Wars joining in on the fight. Another one does go down. The Avatar off over here, unable to resurrect anything, as there are no corpses on the ground. And now you can see that the Goblin Shredder may get destroyed. Yes, Goblin Shredder destroyed over the forest. No additional Goblin Shredder was dropped there. That was a huge loss, as the Warden now able to blink away again. Mountain King now no longer in Avatar form. That's going to be huge. Perhaps a Potion of Healing. What are we going to have? Anti-Magic Potion would be just enough. Potion of Healing now making its way over. And it looks as though the Warden may be able to get back into this. Where is the Mountain King? Shadow Strike on the Mountain King. Is it going to be enough? The Mountain King now down to 72-35. The Mountain King may get taken out. JN loses the Mountain King. And Infi, I believe, gets the game. All right. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed Game 3 in this Best of 5 series. Games 4 and 5 I will cast tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening.